Okay, Kent, Matt, we're back. I'm going to finish on the fun part, really, which is financial. It's all about the money. I'd like you to give us a couple numbers. You'll get this all in print. You get the hard copy. You're going to get it all in writing in detail. However, just the highlights here. This system was about $66,000 when he bought it 5 years ago. Tax credits then, state and federal, took it down 38%, took it down to some 40-some thousand. With some other credits, he was down to, I think, a purchase price of, I think, about $35,000. This thing makes not quite $4,000 a year in power. He's got a big spread. Because you can look at his house, it's quite large. He's got a big shed over here. He's got lots of use for power. It's an acreage in the country owned by a medical doctor. This payback on this was about a 7-year break even. Now, what's important to recognize, and I'd like you to understand, most of all, is that the cost of power is everything, because that's not what you're buying. You're not buying their power, so you're saving that expenditure. The cost of power goes up every year, and depending on where and who you're talking to, the national average can be something in the order of 8% per year increases in your rates. If you take that into account over the 25-year span of this system, that represents a total accumulated present value cash flow of about $232,000, which sounds like a lot of money compared to what you're paying per month. When you add it up and add 8% per year, like a reverse mortgage effectively, you're not going to pay the power bill for 25 years. And if you did, you would have cut checks that accumulated to over 200 grand. But he paid 35 grand for this. So you get these return on investments that are just off the charts. For example, day one, he's got well over 10% ROI. Today's cost of photovoltaics that we're talking about now for like your ranch is half of this. So you get the ROIs of 20% right now, and they just go up. So because you're way capable to look at numbers, that'll be the most, I love electronics, the development of all this is my life work, but it's all about the purpose of getting a return financially that is so compelling, so lucrative that people just can't turn it down. And that's what's happened now. Globally, we have $120 billion a year being spent per year on this technology all over the earth for that number one reason. Your return on investments blows off everything because you got a secure cash flow that just won't stop. If the power company is still there, people still pay their power bills, which they do, then you're going to get cash flow. So that's what these investment people are doing with these fields and acres of this technology. This man's got just an acre of his own little spread here. You can do the same thing. But we just want to make enough power that you need, not to power the world, and get paid a little bit of money for that. You're not an investor. You just want to be a highly secured power source that will not stop working for the rest of your lives and your kids' lives. So financially, it'll get more fun, and I look really forward to giving you plenty of spreadsheets to look at.